What's good, y'all, and welcome to my review for Black Phone. Oh my goodness, bro. This movie is fucking incredible. A modern day horror classic, if you ask me, man. This movie was fucking incredible, man. And Scott Derrickson, my god, this man is a modern horror master, man. Like, watching this movie, and of course, the marathon of watching his other two horror films, which I'll talk a little bit more later on in the video, it just made me realize, one, he's an amazing director that knows his shit with horror. But two, it also makes me wonder what Doctor Strange could have been if Kevin Feige let him off the leash like Sam Raimi for Multiverse of Madness. Don't get me wrong, you guys know I love Doctor Strange, I love that movie, but after watching his previous ones, I'm like, shit, yo, what could have been with that movie? They just let him off the leash. Completely, man. But regardless of such, man, this movie is fucking incredible. So let's just jump right into it. So the movie is directed, as I mentioned before, by Scott Derrickson, stars my main man, Ethan Hawke. Yo, Ethan Hawke, bro. This man has had one hell of a 2022. You have The Northman, Moon Knight, and now The Black Phone. I mean, this man, he don't miss this year. He don't miss. He don't miss, man. Anyway, Ethan Hawke, Maxon Thames, if I'm saying that right, Madeline McGraw, and many more. And the plot of The Black Phone: Finney Shaw is a shy but clever 13-year-old boy who has been held in a soundproof beta by the sadistic murder mass killer, the Grabber. So first up, we gotta talk about the cast. Ethan Hawke, my god, bro. Like, Ethan Hawke in this movie is fucking incredible, man. Like, I wouldn't go say this is like one of the greatest horror performances in recent time. Like, this is like Kathy Bates type and Misery type shit, but my god, man, he is so fucking good in this movie. He has such just a terrifying presence in the movie, and he just, oh my god, he's just so good, and he is just terrifying every time he's on screen, man. He is so good, man. And the mask, bro. Oh my god, the fucking mask. I love the Grabber's mask, man. It looks so fucking good. I love that it has like interchangeable like mouthpieces to suit his move, man. It looks so fucking creepy. And I guarantee you, this will be the most popular thing being worn on Halloween this year. Is this fucking mask, man? As it should be. It's fucking awesome. And Manson Thames, if I'm saying his last name wrong, I apologize, but bruh, him. Man, Madeline McGraw, and hell, even Ethan Hawke, I dare say, all three of them should be nominated for Oscars. Because all three of them give a major for, especially Manson, man, bro. Because you guys know, probably, if you guys have been paying attention to movies, you know that it's hard, with that, it's kind of iffy with child actors, and especially, just how young they are now. And when you have to, like, the whole film basically hinges on their performances, man. So, it can be pretty difficult, but my god, man, this kid is fucking incredible, man. This kid is amazing, especially during the latter half of the movie, man. Jesus fucking Christ. Like I said before, give this kid an Oscar. He should be up for Best Actor, if you ask me, man. He is fucking incredible, but he won't because fuck horror. Anyway, man, but he is incredible. Madeline McGraw, she's as Finney's sister, Gwen. She is also incredible, man. The entire cast was just phenomenal, man. Seriously, but especially those three, man. Jesus Christ, they were absolutely incredible. Okay, another thing. We gotta talk about it. First off, Scott Derrickson's directing is incredible here, man. Jesus Christ, man. This man knows his shit with horror, man. Seriously, it's so good to see American horror finally reclaiming its glory days and finally being good again, man. Because when I was watching Sinister and the Exorcism of Emily, which I gotta say, Exorcism of Emily Rose, underrated. It shits on The Exorcist. It is. I would probably say that is the best exorcism movie, not The Exorcist. You guys know, if you guys saw my review that I did of The Exorcist a few years back, I low-key think it's kind of a little overrated. It's a good movie, but I wouldn't say it's this horror masterpiece that everyone claims. Like, everyone's like, oh my god, I fainted. I'm like, bro, it is not that scary. But regardless of such, man, this man knows his shit with horror. But one thing I loved about this movie is when we get to like when Madeline or whoever has the visions, and we kind of see the visions of like the past of like of what happened to the previous victims of the Grabber. It's shot in this very grainy type of film. It looks very grainy, old. Like something you would see out of the 70s, man. It looks incredible. That's very something that shares very similar with Sinister, which Jesus Christ, bro, Sinister. Yo, bro, yo. One of the best horror movies in recent memory, easy, is Sinister, man. My god, that is an amazing horror movie. If you want to see A fantastic horror movie back during the dark ages when American horror was in the was the drizzling shits back in the early to mid 2010s. Watch Sinister, man. Oh my god, so good. And bro, the jump scares. Oh my goodness, those. Now that is how you do jump scares, man. And just all I'll say is, lawnmower. If y'all seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about, bruh. One of the things that I love, that was one of the best parts of Sinister that I loved, was the tapes when we actually saw the shipwreck tapes of like what happened to the previous families that got murdered. I love that he brought that kind of back in there, and with this movie with like the visions of showing off what happened to the previous victims, and just some nice connective tissue between both movies, man. And just both in Sinister and in here, man, they look absolutely incredible, man. Oh my goodness, they both looked absolutely amazing. Another thing I loved about the movie was just Finn's overall characterization. It's always fun and always satisfying to see because it's very rarely we get this, where we see a main character in a horror movie that isn't a complete fucking dumbass. Finney is really clever, and I love what they did with his characterization. Him trying to figure out a way out there by using the clues from the other previous victims when they call him on the phone, man. I also love that on the phone when he talks to them, they has that like scratchy or whatever compressed voice that sounds like it's coming out of an old phone. I like that little added touch with the voice and with the voice. The sound design throughout this entire movie, man, was spectacular, man. Seriously. But I love what they did the hair, and I love just seeing Finney, just him trying with the previous clues, and also just him being very defensive and not really know what to do. Like you guys saw in the trailer, he's like when the grabber comes in there with like eggs and a soda, he's like, "Oh, what you put in it?" He's like, "Salt and pepper," shit like that. I love, and all the other clever things he does against the grabber, man. Seriously, I love it, man. Seriously. So good. I love Finney's characterization, man. It's always good when we see a horror with a main character that isn't a complete fucking idiot. That's always good to see, man. But yeah, loved Finney's characterization. I mentioned how much I love Gwenny's visions and how they were filmed and everything. That was really done. The third act as a whole was just phenomenal. I won't obviously get into spoilers, but that was awesome, man. That was fun to watch, man. Seriously. The music I also thought was really good, man. Seriously, I probably would have mentioned this a few times already, but Jesus Christ, man, this movie is just so fucking good, man. You guys know how much I love horror, so whenever we get like a really damn good horror movie, man, I'm always like, seriously. But okay, enough me gushing about the movie because I've already sung its praises enough. If there was one thing I would, if I had to pick a flaw with it deals with the subplot with Finney and Gwen's dad. And while I think I overall liked the father's characterization, what they did with him, to be fair, if there was one part of the movie that kind of faltered and that wasn't as good as the rest of it, it was that subplot. I thought they did a fine enough job with it, but I feel like they probably could have done a little bit more with the dad and maybe just his overall relationship with the family and just the family dynamic between those three in general. Maybe could have gotten a little bit more time to it, and it probably would have maybe added to the movie even more, but I thought what they did with it was good, but to be fair, if there was a thing that was the weakest part of the movie, it would definitely have been that, man. But besides that, man, this movie is fucking incredible. Seriously. Ari Aster, Scott Derrickson, and probably John Krasinski or Jordan Peele are my new big three horror directors, man. All 3 or 4 of these men know what the fuck they're doing with this genre, and it's just so good to have good. It's just so good for American horror to be back and finally be good again. we've been riding this high for a few years, man, and I just hope we don't go back into the dark ages, back to the early to mid 2010s, man. Because when I was watching Sinister, it's funny enough with Sinister. I remember when I saw that movie coming out, I didn't think much of Sinister when the trailers first came out. That was a little bit before I got really into horror, but even kind of afterwards, I still didn't really think much of it. But then after, of course, when everyone was taking its praises, and I was off to the marathon, I was like, my God, this was one of the diamonds in the rough during the dark ages. Seriously, man, watch Sinister if you have it. It is a fucking incredible horror movie, man. Seriously, it's incredible. Watch it. It's so fucking good, man. But anyway, The Black Phone is also an equally phenomenal horror film that I would definitely recommend you all to check out. I would say between this and Sinister, I think I liked Sinister a little bit more, but this movie is also phenomenal in its own right, and I highly recommend you guys check this movie out if you guys haven't already. It's so fucking good. Support good horror movies so we get more of them. So please watch this movie. Anyway, guys, my final verdict for The Black Phone will be a 10 out of fucking 10, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man. Seriously, man, watch this movie if you haven't already, and watch the rest of Scott Derrickson's horror movies if you haven't already, man. They're fucking incredible, man. Especially Sinister. Holy fuck, that movie's incredible, man. I honestly, after I watched it, I wanted to go and watch the sequel just to see if it was any good by its own merit. It's on Netflix, so I'll probably watch it tomorrow or something, man. But yeah, check this. I obviously said before. Obviously, recommend you guys check this movie out. It is so fucking good. Please support good horror movies. And yeah, man. Anyway, guys, that's been this video off. As always, leave your thoughts down in the comments if you love it, you hate it. And hope you all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you feel like it. Links down in the description box below. And as always, come out for more. See you guys next time.